today's video is going to be completely using the Jaclyn Hill palette, this one right here. This last video that I posted was all about the swatches of this palette and how excited I was to get it, and now I put it to good use. This look was inspired off of this look right here. I found this picture on Pinterest. I'll tag the Instagram of the makeup artist below. I wanted to do that look for so long and I never had the eyeshadows to do it, or the correct kind of like teal tone to do it, and finally with this Jaclyn Hill palette I had the perfect shade. So without further ado, here's the tutorial. I hope you guys like it. So the first shade I'm going to start off with today is Creamsicle. It's that orangey shade right there, and I'm going to start off on the outer corner. That's where I want the most amount of pigment, and I'm going to slowly blend it into the rest of the crease. I'm making sure that I'm blending everything out before I take it into the crease because, like I said, I want the most amount of pigment on the outer corner. So I'm going to go back and forth, kind of build that pigment. It is a lighter pigment, so I'm just going to continue to lightly add on to it until it's at the level of pigmentation that I want it to be. The next shade I'm going to go in with is Pukey, and we're going to place that on the outer corner on top of Creamsicle. I'm doing this with a big fluffy brush because I don't need it to be so precise. I just want to get that color on there and make sure that it's blended very well into Creamsicle. So I'm using Pukey just to kind of deepen the outer corner a little bit. This is not going to be the darkest shade that we put on the outer corner. It's more just to help the darker shade transition nicer into Creamsicle. The next shade I'm going to dip into is Mocha. It's that darker brown right there, and that is going to go right on their outer crease. That color right there is going to be one of our darkest shades that we put on the outer corner. So I'm concentrating all of that pigment on the outer corner. I'm not trying to bring it up too high. We have Pukey there for that reason, to help blend out Mocha. So I'm keeping Mocha more towards the lash line, kind of further down. I'm not going to try to bring it up. Anytime that I move my brush in the crease or a little bit upward, it's already with less pigment, so I don't have to worry about the darkness going up. It's just to blend the two colors together. Now with a clean fluffy brush, I'm just going to go over top of all those eyeshadows and really blend all of that out, making sure there's no harsh lines. And then going back in with a smaller fluffy brush, I'm going to go back in with Mocha and just deepen up that color again. I kind of lost a little bit of the pigmentation blending everything out, so I'm just going to go back in, deepen up that color. And now using a small angled brush, I'm going to take Maybelline's Master Concealer and I'm going to cut out my crease. And again, I'm using tapping motions to cut out my crease because, like I said in a previous video, this helps me know where to place that cut crease. If I just try to draw it on and, just kind of glide it, I have a harder time placing it in the perfect area. This way you kind of feel where your eye is naturally creased, so it helps give you a better placement. And then with my finger, I'm just going to smudge the edges of the concealer and blend that into the eyeshadow. And now for the main event, we are going to take the shade Jada, and that is a really, really turquoise eyeshadow, and we're just going to pat that all over the lid. Now we're going in with Central Park. This is going to be the darkest shade of the eye look. It is a very dark brown, and we're going to place that on the outer corner of our eye. And all of that pigmentation is going to stay on the outer part of our eye. We do not want to bring it up if I'm moving my brush up. Again, this is after I've already placed all of the pigment on the outer corner, and I already have a little bit of product left on my brush, so I'm just using the rest of that to blend everything together. Now we're going in with the shade Pool Party. We're just going to place this right over top of Jada. And what this is going to do is just add a little bit of shimmer on that turquoise. Both of these colors are very true turquoise colors. Like I said, Pool Party is just a shimmery version of Jada. And I really like that little bit of shimmer that it's going to add to this look. The picture that I was trying to recreate definitely had glitter on the eyelid. I don't have turquoise glitter, so I'm just going to have to make Pool Party be the most eye-catching part of this look. Now I'm going in with my trusty e.l.f. gel liner in the shade Black, and I'm going to use a very thin angled brush. I always stamp on the outside of my wing and make that line for myself as a guide. And I stamp it on rather than drag it, because when I drag it, it doesn't come out very straight or very even. And the rest of the eye just kind of comes together. I try to follow the shape of my eye as much as possible. If you want a more in-depth description on how I do my eyeliner, I have a YouTube video for that, so you can go ahead and check that out. Now I'm going to go back in with the shade Pukey and a fluffy pencil brush, and I'm going to take that all along my lower lash line, and I'm just going to go back and forth and blend that out. Now I'm going to go back in with the shade Mocha with a flat definer brush, and all I'm going to do is place that color right on the outer corner of my lash line, and I'm going to bring it probably about midway on my lower lash line and kind of fan it out underneath my eyeliner. This is going to help really open up the eyes. I don't want to cut it off right where my eye ends, because then it just kind of looks like you have dark circles rather than give you a really blown out smoky look. So after we're done placing Mocha on the lower lash line, we're going to go back in with Pukey on a fluffy pencil brush and go ahead and just buff all of that out. You don't have to focus too much on having a lot of the pigment Pukey on there. Most of it is just going to be left over from the first time we dipped into it. I just really want to use that brush to make sure that everything is smoked out. Now I'm going to take a clean little fluffy brush and just run that back and forth all underneath the eye, really making sure that it's really blended out. There's no harsh lines. I really want it to be blown out. Okay, so all I did was put on a pair of Azarito Cosmetics lashes in the pair Legendary, and then I went in with Kat Von D's Lip Studded Lipstick in the shade Motorhead. It's like a dark purple, and that's all I did to finish off this look. If you guys want to see a full tutorial on how I do my foundation, my blush, my contour, you know, just like a full face tutorial, go ahead and let me know down in the comments below, and I will be glad to record that for you guys. Go ahead and like and please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching the video. Bye!